Today, we're gonna be recreating these shorts. I made these shorts about a year ago, had a really fun idea and wanted to make zippers on the side of shorts. And so I decided to make these. Really fun design with 2 pockets, kind of like a front yoke going on here. Made in this really thick canvas, which I don't think is the best in terms of summer wear when shorts like this are trying to get warm. So someone asked me for a pair of these the other day. Someone ordered these from me, and I wasn't happy with how these look. They're not the best right now. They're a little bit messy, but I'm gonna do a new iteration of these and make them much cleaner and much more breathable, better for summer. So that's what this video is gonna be. Let's try to do it. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so this is the fabric that we're gonna be using. He wanted this pair in black. We're also gonna be doing a pair in brown as well, but in the same twill fabric that I just found. Really nice, much more lightweight than that canvas, which I think will be much better for a summer wear. Nice and breathable, nice and soft. So yeah, we're gonna get to cutting these out. Thank God I still have my pattern piece from back then when I made the shorts. So we'll be utilizing that and cutting these panels off. Let's do it. All right, so we've got our pattern here. Let's see what we're working with. As we've seen before, this is the front panel. Obviously it's much shorter than usually is. That's just purely because we have this yoke, this front yoke type of thing going on here that adds a bit of detail to the pant or the short. So this person wants a 32 waist. This pattern is currently for a 31 waist. As you can see, my patterns are very scattered and disorganized, but we're gonna add about an inch to this pattern piece. All right guys, so now we've cut out each panel piece. Looking pretty good. This is the front piece, this is the back piece, this is the front yoke, this is the back yoke. So now we've got all these done, let's get to sewing. All right, so here's our back panel plus the yoke. As you can see, we add about a 1/2 inch right here. This is actually where the pattern piece ends. But we add a 1/2 inch of seam allowance here because when you put that yoke on and you want to get that flat felled seam, you're gonna want to put this underneath this, and a little bit of that wants to be poking out, so you have 1/2 inch poking out, and then you fold that over, and then you're able to sew that flat felled seam down. I'll show you guys right now. All right, so what we've got here now is both of these yokes stitched on or pinned on. So you can see that 1/2 inch, a little bit more than a 1/2 inch of seam allowance there, which is gonna get folded over so we can get that nice flat felled seam. I'm gonna sew this down right here. I'm gonna top stitch that and then fold that over so you get that really nice flat felled. We've got this sewn down, top stitched right there. What we're gonna do now is fold this over, press that down. I'm gonna top stitch that. Then what we can go and do is have that nice flat felled right there. We're gonna sew that down right there. So that should be pretty good. Beautiful press there. Alright, so we've got that top stitch. Now we're gonna fold it over and press. Alright, so to get this flat felled seam, as you can see, I just did it on one of them. I'll show you how to do it on the other one here. I'm gonna wanna fold this one over. As in the last two steps, you wanna fold this one over and press it down, but you wanna do it from the other side because you wanna make sure it looks good. So, here we go. Just make sure you're stretching it out as much as you can. And then pressing it down. Make sure it's as stretched out as possible so it's flat. Make sure you get really good press in there. Give this top stitch and just make sure it's the same length away from the end of the press, and just stitch it all the way down so it looks clean. And then go one step over. You can either do 2 or 3 stitches, it's just more security. I'm gonna do 3 this time just because it's a longer seam allowance that we've got here. So we're gonna fill all that out. So we finished both of these yokes. As you can see, we got 3 stitch lines, triple stitched flat felled, really nice. I think really clean on the inside as well, which usually doesn't come out that way. Pretty clean on the inside, as you can see. So all we doing on the back here is gonna add the pockets, but we're gonna do that later. So what we're gonna do right now on these front panels here, we're gonna actually add a pocket in here. So for this design that I made, there's a pocket, there's a double pocket. So since I've added this yoke, there's gonna be a double pocket on the bottom part and then another pocket on top of the yoke. So on this front panel, we've got that, and then we've got the yoke right here. And so here we're gonna have one pocket right here and then one pocket right here. So it's almost like a double pocket effect, if you can kind of gather what I'm saying. So here we're gonna add this pocket first before we add this yoke on top. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's go cut some out. All right, so we've got that cut out, sewn on both the lining. So now we're gonna do that on the other side as well. But then after that, we'll add this in here. We have a nice little pocket for the under yoke. All right, so we finished both of the first pockets here. Now, all we've got to do is add this yoke on top of it. So we're gonna add this on here, then make another cut in order to add the last pockets. So let's do that here. It'll look more or less like that. Right, so now we finished both these yokes up. Now we're gonna add one more pocket right here on each side to make that double pocket. All right guys, so we completed the second pocket bag, actually half of it. And so all we have to do is add the finishing touch of the pocket bag behind here. Kind kind of like that. And then we'll be done with the front. I think these look really clean. These pockets look really clean. And then we're gonna add pockets on here, like a bigger pocket bag, and then we're gonna add another pocket on the back, and then we'll connect all of them. Now we got both of the pockets sewn on each side, so that's looking great. Now we're gonna add some pockets on the back panel. Apologize for all the noise outside, but here we have the front panel done. Really beautiful zipper pockets here with a flap to cover it. We've got 2 pockets here, so we've got enough pockets. 6 pockets on the front already, and 2 pockets on the back, which, yeah. We have the back panel connected as well. I think I did this pretty cleanly. I was trying to do everything as clean as possible. Next is we can connect this to the zipper on the side, which is this part right here, the side zipper. We're gonna attach the side zipper to these pants right there. All right, now we've connected the back and the front to the zipper, and we can open that. I'm not gonna do it right now, but we've got these nice pockets right here, 2 pockets right there, nice button fly or zipper fly. And we have 1 more pocket up here each side. So we've got a total of 8 pockets, really heavy duty cargo pants. These are more for small things, much smaller pockets, and these are for like bigger items. So yeah, these are just for like phone or like headphones or whatever. But yeah, let's get on to sewing the belt loops on. All right, so I like each of these. So this is how we're gonna sew our belt loops. So each of these I like to be having like 1 inch, 1.5 inches across, and then about 4 inches in width. So just mark that out on like some nice strips that you cut out here. But don't cut it out yet, crucial, don't cut it out. And then, wait, let me add, since this one's not gonna be 4 inches, just do 2 here. And 4 is here as well. Let's mark that out. Mark that out, 8. Why don't I just cut them out? What an idiot. What the hell am I doing? Whatever. Let's do those individually. All right, so for all these strips, we're gonna top stitch one of the sides. Sorry, zigzag stitch one of the sides. Let's do that real quick. We're gonna do that for all of them. All right, what we're gonna do now is sew each non-serge side down 1/2 inch. Is fold that serge side over the over that folded side, so like that. It's kind of like a spiral. Make sure it's even and tight. Just give that a good press. Then what you want to do is from the top here, top stitch on the end here and then on the end there as well. So on the end on both sides, so you have two nice top stitches. Nice. So now we've got that one side top stitch down. Now let's do the other side. Make sure that both of the serge side and the non-serge, or the folded side, are getting stitched in the same stitch. out. We've got that belt loop sewn out, and now we just have to cut it. So they're two. Ideally, if you have enough fabric, you cut a whole string of this, so you can just cut them out like at the same time. But I don't have that much fabric left, so I had to cut it into multiple rectangles. But yeah, there you have it. Now we're making this waistband. I like to fold the top over before I sew it on. And I like to do this thing where I fold this and then I fold it over. So we've got this is the whole waistband, and then place this on top of the pants so that you can do, in one stitch, you can do both sides instead of having to do one side and then the other. I'll show you guys. So now that's done. We have waistband here is 1.5 inches. So here, what I like to do, what we're gonna do here is fold this over, make sure to align both sides here, all the way down. We're gonna iron it down flat, and then sew about 1/2 inch to 1 inch to the half here. Then what we can do is place this part that's then open on top of the pants, and then we can sew it down from both sides. Let's do that. All right, so what I mean is, here we have these pants, and what I'm gonna do is I've already folded over a nice edge here so that we can already put it right on. And in here, we've only stitched it 1/2 inch here. We've stitched it 1/2 inch up so that it just stops here. So I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna, see this? It's vertical. So I'm putting it over here, and then I'm stitching everything down. And you can do it in one fell swoop too. You don't even have to pin it or anything. If it's held in, then you can like slowly push it in. I'll show you guys. So once you get a good start, then you can just leave it like this, really, and be able to adjust here as it's sewn. Here, if you guys can get a better angle here, I can just adjust while it's already tucked in there. So I'm just gonna keep tucking it in, make sure it's nice and stiff there, or nice and tucked, and then sew nice and flat down here. And then when I'm going over this zipper, I'm gonna be really careful so that my needle doesn't break. Sufficient to do, in my opinion, for a solo sewer with one sewing machine. All right, guys. So now we finished up the shorts here. Got 2 nice zipper pockets here. Got the pockets right here. These are a little bit smaller for smaller items like headphones or phones. Got the zippers on the side, the button, zipper fly. I got my H leather patch there, the belt loops, and then two flops on the back here.